Jacob Call literally grew up in the bourbon industry. His relatives settled in Bourbon County, Kentucky in the late 1700s, and today, as an 8th-generation master distiller, Jacob relies on his rich family heritage to guide his new venture, Western Kentucky Distilling Company.
My grandfather worked at Jim Beam, my dad worked at Jim Beam. I kind of grew up in the business. My dad made sure I had all the really more challenging jobs, working on the bottling line, cleaning tanks. So yeah, I've kind of grown up in the business, and then kind of fast forward a little bit, I moved to Owensboro back in 2015 down in Western Kentucky, and had the sort of the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get to come in and rebuild a very historic distillery and bring it back to life.
After successfully overseeing the relaunch of the historic Green River Distilling Company, Jacob decided to start a new venture. In 2022, he and his partner J.D. Edwards co-founded the Western Kentucky Distilling Company, which has quickly grown to become the second largest distillery in the state, owned by Kentuckians.
We broke ground November of 2022 on the Western Kentucky Distilling Company here in Beaver Dam. And we started distilling July of 2023. You know, we work with a lot of different craft distillers and craft brands to help supplement their production. So we produce a lot of bourbon and rye whiskey for other people and other brands.
Earlier in his career, Jacob connected with Jeff Hopmeyer, founder of the Brindiamo Group, a global leader in bulk bourbon and whiskey supply.
Western Kentucky's great new distillery. Very happy for Jacob and the team to have really their own place and have tremendous insight into what's going on in the distillery, setting it up and everything.
Jacob says the relationship with Brindiamo is an important one for his distillery.
Jeff is somebody I really respect and admire for all the things he's done in his career. Jeff is a great customer of ours. We sort of treat Brindiamo like we think of them as a mutual fund. You know, they go out and they've got all the customers and contacts, and you know, with them being a big customer of ours, we let them do most of the heavy lifting for us. And yeah, Brindiamo, you know, we sort of treat them like family. I think it's some of that is because some of my past employees now work for them. Jeff stole all my employees, but yeah, James Hewlett was a good friend of mine. I've known James for a number of years. Used to work with him. Zach Hayden used to work for me as well. So yeah, I mean we're very tight with Brindiamo, with those guys and Jeff, but also the new guys, Jeff Steinberg and Dan. You know, we get along great with those guys too, and it just seems like Brindiamo is just like us. You know, they're growing and expanding, and it's been a great partnership for sure.
You know, straight out of college, I got an opportunity to work with Jacob Call at what was then Green River Distillery, and so that was for about 7 years, and then Jacob started up Western Kentucky Distilling. So with me now working with Brindiamo, we get to be a close partner with Jacob and with Western Kentucky. So having that relationship already just makes us working together so seamless. I come up here all the time and get to see not only our product being made, but you know, the growth and expansion that they're doing here every single day.
So I've known Jacob and JD for a long time. I worked with them in what feels like another life ago, but it was really, we had a lot of fun. I have a lot of respect for both of them. And what they are now doing is a really exciting thing for them and for us. We are really proud to call them a distillery partner. We're proud to work with them, and we're proud to connect what we know is going to be amazing liquid coming out of that with our brand partners. Being an 8th generation master distiller, tradition is very important to me. We buy all local Kentucky corn, really from 5 or 10 miles from the distillery. We have a great relationship with our local farmers. Our byproduct, we give that away to local farmers for cattle feed. You know, we've got a 36-inch copper Vendome still, copper condensers, copper doubler. So, you know, we've got some great Kentucky limestone water here on site that we use in our process. So, for me, I'm more about tradition, authenticity,
and making just good traditional Kentucky bourbon and rye whiskey.